Iran is reeling. Mojtaba Khamenei has been swiftly named supreme leader after a shocking assassination. The streets pulse with tension as urgent headlines flash worldwide. Power has shifted overnight in the Islamic Republic. The world's gaze turns to Mojtaba, now thrust into the global spotlight. The next days will be critical for Iran and the world. The official announcement came at dawn, echoing from mosque loudspeakers and blasting across state television. Somber-faced clerics and military officials stood shoulder to shoulder. Their expressions betrayed exhaustion and anxiety. As Mojtaba's name was declared, the nation seemed to collectively hold its breath. Among supporters of the regime there was relief. Mojtaba is seen as a stabilizing force, a direct bloodline to the ideals and power of his father, Ali Khamenei. His selection was expected by some, feared by others. In conservative districts, crowds gathered, chanting loyalty to the new leader. Banners of Mojtaba's face appeared almost instantly beside the familiar visage of his late father. Yet, not all were reassured. Reformists and critics saw the move as a clear sign of dynastic succession, an undemocratic transfer of power. Protests sparked in student neighborhoods. On social media, hashtags demanding change began trending. Speculation abounded over the behind-the-scenes negotiations and the speed of the succession. Outside Iran, embassies and foreign correspondents scrambled to interpret the announcement. Inside, millions watched in silent anticipation. The question on everyone's mind: what kind of leader will Mojtaba become? To understand Mojtaba's rise, we must look back. The Khamenei family is woven into Iran's modern history. The 1979 Islamic Revolution toppled the Shah and changed Iran forever. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini became the first supreme leader, and Ali Khamenei, Mojtaba's father, was a close ally and eventual successor. During the brutal Iran-Iraq War, from 1980 to 1988, the new regime fought for survival. The war shaped a generation, including young Mojtaba. Growing up under the shadow of conflict, he watched as his father rose in political and religious ranks, eventually assuming the nation's highest office after Khomeini's death. The legacy of the Khamenei family became entwined with that of the Islamic Republic itself. The Revolutionary Guard, created to protect the revolution, grew in power and influence. Mojtaba, as the favored son, was groomed for leadership from a young age. He studied theology, politics, and military affairs at his father's side. Iran's political history is a story of survival, adaptation, and power. Mojtaba's ascent is the latest chapter in a drama that began with revolution and continues to shape the lives of millions. Mojtaba Khamenei's connection to Iran's military elite is no secret. His relationship with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, has been central to his rise. The IRGC, more than just a military force, is a powerful political and economic player. Over the years, Mojtaba fostered key alliances with its leaders. As a young man, Mojtaba attended IRGC training camps and observed military strategy firsthand. He became a trusted advisor to his father, especially on security and intelligence matters. Sources say he helped shape the regime's response to domestic unrest and foreign threats. His reputation inside the Guard is of a pragmatic, calculating operator, unafraid to make hard choices. This military backing played a decisive role in the rapid confirmation of his leadership. When the assassination rocked the country, it was the IRGC that moved quickly to secure the capital and endorse Mojtaba. Their visible support silenced potential rivals and reassured loyalists. Mojtaba's military ties suggest continuity in Iran's approach to security and foreign policy. Yet they also raise concerns among reformers and foreign governments wary of further militarization of the regime. Global reaction to Iran's new leader has been swift and divided. In Washington, officials called an emergency session and urged restraint. Israel's response was sharper, warning of rising tensions over Iran's nuclear program. European leaders called for calm and dialogue. Russia and China quickly sent congratulations and support. The world now waits to see if Mojtaba will choose diplomacy or defiance. Mojtaba's personal life has been marked by loss and sorrow. The recent deaths of close family members, including a beloved brother, have cast a long shadow. These tragedies have shaped his worldview, deepening his sense of duty and perhaps hardening his resolve. Those close to Mojtaba say grief has transformed him. He has become more introspective, but also more determined to preserve his family's legacy. His father's assassination, coming so soon after other family losses, adds a sense of destiny and burden to his new role. Some analysts believe this grief may make Mojtaba more cautious, more likely to seek compromise at home and abroad. Others argue it could drive him toward greater repression, as he seeks to protect his regime from threats, real or imagined. Only time will tell how Mojtaba's personal losses will shape his leadership. In Iran, where public and private life are deeply connected, these experiences may resonate with citizens facing their own hardships. With Mojtaba at the helm, Iran stands at a crossroads. Two futures beckon. One is the path of confrontation, doubling down on resistance to Western pressure, expanding military influence, and suppressing dissent at home. The other is the path of reform, opening society, easing restrictions, and seeking new dialogue with the world. Mojtaba's background suggests a strong security focus. Yet, some insiders believe he may surprise critics by embracing gradual reforms to win public support and ease international isolation. The population, especially young Iranians, yearns for change, more freedoms, better jobs, and hope for the future. The road to reform is fraught with risks. Hardliners in the IRGC and religious establishment may resist any softening of policy. At the same time, taking a confrontational stance could lead to further sanctions, isolation, and even conflict. Mojtaba must balance these competing pressures as he crafts his legacy. How Mojtaba chooses to lead will define Iran's next decade. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. Mojtaba's appointment has reignited debate over dynastic succession in Iran. Critics argue that leadership has become a family affair, undermining the principles of the Islamic Revolution. The Khamenei name, once a symbol of resistance, now evokes concerns about nepotism and lack of accountability. Among Iran's diverse society, deep divisions have emerged. Urban youth and reform-minded citizens demand more transparency and a say in their future. Rural conservatives, however, largely support Mojtaba, viewing him as a guardian of tradition and religious values. The divide is stark and growing. This tension threatens social stability. Street protests, online campaigns, and even strikes have erupted in the wake of Mojtaba's elevation. The regime responds with a mix of outreach and repression, hoping to calm unrest without appearing weak. The question remains: can Mojtaba bridge these divides, or will his rule further entrench Iran's political and social fractures? The role of supreme leader is unique. It combines ultimate religious authority with political power. The Constitution of the Islamic Republic grants the leader control over the military, judiciary, and state media. He sets the tone for the nation's moral and spiritual direction. Mojtaba now carries this immense responsibility. His religious credentials are solid, but some question whether he has the charisma and vision of his predecessors. The Assembly of Experts, which formally approves the leader, faces criticism for rubber-stamping his appointment. Religious legitimacy is crucial. In Iran, faith and politics are inseparable. Mojtaba must convince the public and the clerical elite that he embodies both the revolutionary spirit and the adaptability required for modern times. This is no easy task, especially in a nation at the crossroads. Mojtaba Khamenei's ascension comes at a time of crisis and opportunity. The legacy of his father hangs over him, but the challenges he faces are uniquely his own. Iran's destiny now rests in his hands. He can choose to unite the nation, reform its institutions, and open dialogue with the world. Or, he can lead Iran into deeper isolation and confrontation. Every decision will be scrutinized by Iranians, by rivals, and by allies alike. The region is unpredictable, and the risks are enormous. Yet, the possibility for positive change exists if Mojtaba is willing to seize it. The coming months will be decisive. For better or worse, Mojtaba's actions will shape not just his own legacy, but the fate of Iran and its people for years to come.